and making it into really pretty, easy to digest design and presentations that my boss eventually came to love. So I did boot camp a few months ago that taught me how to code. So we come from very similar backgrounds. We also have a lot of exposure because we both come from fields that are not tech related. So we have a lot of experience that is related to women and the social sciences. So everyone can benefit from computer science and everything that it has to offer. A lot of people think that computer sciences, social sciences don't really mix. Most women actually come from a background in social sciences. We're talking about things like teaching, nursing, healthcare. And they think, why the heck would I need to learn about how to do coding and how to do this stuff? They don't see the connection. But we do. A lot of people actually think it's really hard. I can't do it. False! So that whole belief of I can't though is completely false. Everyone can learn to apply computer science and learn the skills that they need to be able to excel in the work.
So our solution is that since we are all women in tech who are striving forward from a variety of backgrounds, we come in contact with these people from non-computer science backgrounds on a day-to-day basis. And we, as women in tech, can be ambassadors of that change to introduce others to computer science and to show them the way that they can incorporate that into their lives. We have suggestions, and these are specifically suggestions that we found inspired us to pursue computer science, and also suggestions that we found others have benefited from. And they are to put ourselves out there by telling our story, being specific about how we got to where we are right now, and after that, show how our pathway applies to the people that we're speaking to. So telling our story. We just did that here for you today, but because the way we tell our story, people see themselves in us. People who were not necessarily interested in math and science, or were, but might have been intimidated by pursuing coding, or saw people in hoodies who were coding all night long. And when they talk to us and hear our stories, they see themselves in us. The second one is to be specific about how you got there. When we did our introduction, we told you that we realized we wanted to code, and she specifically said how she went to the school Code for Progress as a programming school, and I left out the fact that I went to hacker school. We've both done these programs, and by giving this information about how we are building up to that point, people can start to follow our journey.
Lastly, one of the most important things that we can do is to give a roadmap of how we got to that point. Because you usually go to these tech conferences and people just go, hey, I taught myself how to code. And I'm like, come on, you teach yourself to build an entire application from scratch? And that is total BS. Because we need to create a roadmap. What classes do you take? Do you go to Code School? Do you go to Codecademy? Do you go to Udacity? What training do you take? Do you have a mentor? Do you think maybe you can introduce me to that mentor? So we need to be able to create a roadmap for people to actually build the skills to make the connections that they need to be successful.
So we think that if you guys try the same things that we've had that have worked for us, and try to tell your story, tell how you got there, and show that pathway, how it might apply to other people, you can be an ambassador and help be an agent for that change.
Thank you.
Yay!